My name is Hiroki Matsouchi, and you are listening to or watching Bridges, a once again weekly showcase of a single content creator in Japan and their content. This is episode number 40. Welcome back, guys. And today, we are featuring the content from the Super Happy Awesome Fun Time with Sean and Alice blog. But before we get into that, I'd like to apologize, first off, to all of you guys who have been keeping up with the show. Thank you very much for that. And of course, apologize for not having put out any content over the past few weeks. I've been, it's a pretty pathetic excuse, but I've been a little bit busy these past few weeks. Some other projects going on. And again, I haven't put anything out in almost 2 months. So I want to apologize for that. But I also want to say, as I mentioned earlier, that the show is going back to its original weekly format. So instead of doing one feature per month, I'm jumping back to one feature per week. Hopefully everything will go well with that. Knock on wood. So you can look forward to lots of great shows with great content creators in the future, now on a weekly basis. But I won't waste too much time talking shop. Why don't we get back into this week's content? Now, the Super Happy Awesome Fun Time with Sean and Alice blog is not a blog where you're going to find the hard-hitting news out of Japan, but fret not, it's not a bad thing. It is, however, a place where Sean and Alice have so kindly aggregated, that is, lots of fun stuff for you to kill at least a few minutes, if not more with. So that's exactly what we're going to do for the next 10 minutes. Let me put 10 minutes on the clock and see how much we can see. So I've loaded up the Super Happy Awesome Fun Time with Sean and Alice, I love saying that, about page. And it's usually a good place to start, so why don't we read this? Join the fun as we explore all the cool, crazy, and awesome there is to see and do here in Japan. We're both former presidents of Otacorp Incorporated, the company behind Otakon, one of the largest Japanese animation and culture festivals in North America. It's a really big anime convention. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Actually, I didn't know that. I hope I'm not putting my foot in my mouth, but I've never heard of Otacorp before. But props to you guys. Sean was also the convention chairman for Otakon in 2007, 2008, and 2010. Now we live in Japan, and it is awesome. We live and work in Japan and love every minute of it. Alice teaches English with a JET program, and Sean runs kawaiibox.com. We've teamed up to be your portal into all things cool in Japan. Read our blog, follow our Twitters, and check us out on Facebook. And of course, they have a few links, and I would highly recommend that you guys do all of that, everything that they've recommended. So let's not waste any more time. Let's check out the front page and see their most recent post. Now, these posts are kind of short and sweet. As I said before, it's not really something that you're going to spend a ton of time delving into and putting a great amount of thought into. However, it's a lot of fun. It's a good way to kill some time, as I mentioned before. So this most recent post is dated May 4th. It's Golden Week here in Japan, so lots of shops have specials running. Soup Stock Tokyo is one of my favorite places for a quick meal, but somehow I thought they were better than this. So they have this kind of comical English poster. It says Golden Week Fair. Well, it always seemed a little unfair that the term Golden Week is used, despite its stereotypically difficult L sound. I hear Gorudan more often than not. Anyway, happy Golden Week, everyone. And thanks to the lovely @LoveNiku for the photo. So, I think this is a pretty, I'm not going to say typical, because that has kind of a negative connotation, but this is a pretty characteristic post from the Super Happy Awesome blog, found at superhappyawesome.wordpress.com. So it's quite a bit of English. You'll notice the next post is all about flesh juice. I assume they're going for fresh. At least I hope they're going for fresh juice. Are you a wizard? It's spelled W-E-Z-A-R-D. Let's see. Splush. It's not the problem of age. Oh, look at this. All right. This is a kind of a more substantial post. This night is one of my favorite Otakon memories. As sad as we were to hear the passing of Noboru Ishiguro on Tuesday. Okay. There's no doubt that his legacy as director of Space Battleship Yamato, the first color Astro Boy anime series, the Super Dimension Fortress Macross, never heard of it, sorry, and Legend of the Galactic Heroes, among the many others, will live on. He touched countless souls, and not only was he an incredible talent, but he was truly an incredible person. He was one of the true greats of the Japanese anime industry, and we were honored to have known him. So that's a little bit, as I said before, more substantial than some of the other posts. Of course, they also have really kind of cute and interesting embedded YouTube videos of kind of bizarre and strange. I think this is a pudding commercial of some sort, as well as some screen caps. So why don't we poke around the site and see if there's anything else we can find. All right, so why don't we check out their categories? So let's see. Weekly Roundup. Let's see what this is. There are only 6 posts filed in our Weekly Roundup. And, okay. Snap. Here are some of my favorite Japantastic blogs of recent days. Just Hungry hasn't... Oh, okay. Looks like this is a kind of exactly what I'm doing right now. It's a roundup of some of their favorite blogs. Interesting. All right, well, why don't we check out a different category? Hopefully something with a little bit more substance. All right, let's see. How about school life? We'll see what that's all about. Okay, let's check out this post dated July 12th, 2011. The class had started off normally. "Let's begin," I announced in a sharp voice. This is usually followed by a student commanding the others, "Stand up, attention, bow." This happens in some variation in most classrooms in Japan at the start of almost every class. It seems really formal at first, but now I like the feeling of having officially begun the class. It seems to put everyone in the right mindset of, okay, class has started, time to focus. This may not be the case everywhere, as my students are pretty focused to begin with, but it's something I really appreciate about teaching in Japan. I prefer to have as much English as possible in the classroom, so I make the students do the commands in English. It's pretty funny when someone forgets and you hear 10 helpful voices whispering to the person on the spot. Sometimes they'll even be a little bit cheeky and tell the student the wrong thing, like when they whispered, "Sit down," instead of "stand up." The poor kid repeated it, already flustered from having forgotten it in the first place. It's all in good fun, though, and always amusing. I even make the students use English when handing in assignments or requesting a new paper. I'm really big on please and thank you, even for small things. I thought this was pretty basic, but my old vice principal thought it was brilliant, so I guess not everyone does this. Then again, at a school sports event recently, I was cheering for the students when a coworker turned to me and said, "Oh, you're cheering in English. What a good idea." Yep, I really worked hard on that one. Practiced for ages. So recently, class had just started when I heard a small voice from the middle of the room saying, "Here you are, here you are." I hadn't asked for assignments to be handed in, and I couldn't see where the tiny voice was coming from. "Here you are," it came again, even more quiet and high-pitched the second time. I looked around trying to locate the voice when I spotted one of my favorite girls, a girl so small and cute and sweet that you just want to put her in your pocket, with a trinket in her hand, holding it shyly forward. Oh, I see. "Wow, you made this?" I said, picking up a little paper rocket ship. She shook her head and gestured to the girl behind her, another girl who I hadn't really noticed before. Her desk was covered in a pile of various papercraft cut out and colored and folded. This went way beyond origami and was definitely not the sort of thing I'd seen in an American classroom. I was stunned to say the least. My school doesn't even have an art department, and the word processing club is one of the most popular non-sports clubs. So the students aren't really famous for the creative talent. Word processing club, wow, poor kids. I thanked her profusely and got back to the lesson. I'd been looking for something to replace the tired snowflakes that had long since passed their seasonal appropriateness decorating my computer, and immediately taped up the rocket as soon as I got back to the teacher's room. I love my job. Oh, that's a sweet story. There we go. So again, the super happy, awesome fun time with Sean and Alice blog is not just about English. It's about cute, touching stories. All right, so why don't we check out maybe one more post or maybe one more category? Why don't we go all the way back in the archives to, I guess, maybe their first post dated all the way back? Let's see, December 30th of 2010. So I guess this must be a picture of Alice. Check out Alice's guest posts. Oh, okay, never mind. why don't we go forward in time a little bit to January of 2011. All right, let's see. English of the Week, Cozy Under the Kotatsu, Big American 2, the Texas 2 burger. Giant Gundam is giant. All right, well, let's see. How about McDonald's, Big America 2, the Idaho burger? Friday passed, and then another. Is it here yet? It's got to be here. I don't know. That's what you said last Friday. The website said late January. January is almost over. Finally, with only a few days left in the month, it was true. The Idaho burger was here. Unfortunately, I haven't tried this one. The Idaho burger is the newest burger in McDonald's Big America 2 series. You might remember the disastrous Texas 2 from a few weeks ago, reviewed here. Well, now it's the Great Potato State's turn. Is it as terrible as its predecessor, or delicious and delightful? It's fan-frickin-tastic, I'm happy to say. At first bite, I was worried it might be a bit too bland, but a few bites in, it was a winner. And a few more bites, I wanted to die. But that was to be expected. It is the heftiest of the Big America 2 series, clocking in at over 700 calories. Holy cow. I felt a bit sick after finishing it, I can imagine, and now I feel oddly hungry just a few hours later. Complex carbohydrates, these are not, but damn, it was tasty. So, of course, this is an in-depth review of the Idaho burger, part of the Big America series. Now, I think I haven't tried the Texas burger. I haven't tried the Idaho burger, but I did try the Miami burger, which was, as she says, or he says in this post, it's fan-frickin-tastic, and I would highly recommend you guys do that. I would also highly recommend that you guys check out the Super Happy Awesome Fun Time with Sean and Alice blog as soon as possible, which can be found over at superhappyawesome.wordpress.com. But that's about it. I think that's all the time we have for today. So once again, thank you guys all for listening to or watching episode number 40 of Bridges, The Triumphant Return. Please feel free to get in touch with us over at Please feel free to get in touch with us over at bridges@wanwan.fm with any comments, questions, or suggestions for future content creators to be featured on the show. So once again, my name is Hiroki Matsuuchi, and this is Bridges, and thank you all for watching. See you next week, guys.